Good morning. We're back. More Dark Souls 1 Remastered. I believe we are now on our way to Sans Fortress. A couple souls should use. Got the +2 straight sword. I think what I'm going to do is +10 a halberd, and then I think I can use the halberd, turn it into the Priscilla's boss weapon, which I am interested in. See though. Level up a little. Hmm. Probably. Probably more decks. I don't know. I didn't really check the stats on the boss weapon. I don't know what it scales with. Don't matter though. It do not matter. Uh, After last episode, I had a scheduled MRI scan. For the unaware, an MRI scan is basically where lay down in a bed, they put you in the giant tube machine, and it's used to scan like neurological stuff, not just with your brain, but I guess with other nerves. Speaking only sort of as if I know what I'm talking about. I think that's what it is. Um, and it was quite the experience. Coming in, I was like, it's is gonna be cool, you know? Just gonna be chilling there, relaxing, maybe to go to sleep, maybe put on like YouTube video to watch for a while, anything. Instead, I mean, let's go from the top. I would get there, doctor was like, hey, change into this, and this is gonna give you just a couple instructions that you have to follow. First of all, take very shallow breaths, because if you take a deep breath, your body will move a lot, and if you move, then you're gonna mess up the scan. Um, and already this is a pretty bad start. Please don't kill me here. Hold on. Because the other thing he said was that this scan could take upwards between an hour and 20 minutes to 2 hours. And to maintain shallow breaths throughout the whole thing is insanity. We're basically manually breathing throughout the entire, at least 1 hour sitting. So aside from that, he was like, hey, also, you can't sleep because if you snore, and it doesn't really matter, apparently, it doesn't even matter if I know I snore or not, because there's a chance that I snore anyway and mess things up. If you snore, then you're gonna move also and ruin the scan. So no sleeping. I don't think I snore, but it's too risky. I don't know. I think if I fell asleep and I snored, they could have just like woken me up and only like erased a couple minutes of progress. Whatever, right? Come on. Okay, get me out of here. And aside from that, basically just keep your breath shallow, don't fall asleep. And here's the bright side. We're gonna put on some headphones for you and you can listen to music. And it wasn't what I pictured, which was like apparently too optimistic. You know, it's you can have a little screen in there, you can watch something. At the very least, you could listen to it. And maybe I could. We'll get there in the story. All that passes. We to get to the MRI scan machine was kind of weird because the the machine was like in a truck. It wasn't in the building. We had to go outside, and the hospital had its own truck with the MRI scan machine. A little weird. For a second, I was like, oh no, I am going to be abducted. This is the end. But, if you couldn't tell, thankfully not the case. Also, you're so tanky. Please die of fall. Uh, but, get in the truck. MRI scan machine is there. And immediately is pretty noisy. Machine was indeed quite loud. It was making sounds passively without even being used. Gets me every time. And you could hear it from the other room. It was not a good sign. Anyway, let me in. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Get me out. Did I rest? I don't think I rested. I'm not in a very good spot, I'll say that much. That's 2 hits, huh? That's 3 hits. I hate Sen's Fortress. But finally, time to get into the MR scan machine. And it's basically like small little bed. The very top of it is slotted perfectly for a human head and neck. It's obviously intentionally a little wide, but it was shaped so that the head would fit in perfectly. And also, when you put on the headphones they give you, then you actually do slot in perfectly, which is very uncomfortable because you fit perfectly in like into the bed with your head, so you can't turn your head at all. Not without like lifting it. Also, he didn't. No, that's a lot of bleed. He didn't let me pick my own music. He just yoinked it off of the radio. And the radio, radio, I mean, radio obviously plays good music. Even if you're like, oh, I hate today's pop music, you can still like enjoy some of it. Or sometimes it's torture. It's, I guess it's the eye of the beholder. I don't know. Anyway, plays in later. Finally, fully into the MRI scan machine bed. The doctor straps me in as if I was like gonna be sent off. Like straps. It's a very weak strap. Could be like scotch tape, but straps in. No, 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 no. Uh, straps in legs, waist, and like near the shoulders. Which, again, yikes. But whatever, I can't move, basically. Very little. And I think that was all the preparations it took. And after that, just slides me into the tube. What's in the tube? Absolutely nothing. Most of the machine from the inside looked the exact same. Near the end, it looked sort of like same material and like very weak lighting. It looked come on. No, 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 no. Get me out of here. Like weak lighting and the same material within the tube until the very end, which was more like pass. Don't feel safe. I am safe. Very end was more like a different shape, and you could tell which part of it you were on, which is later relevant. No, no, no. Get me out. This could be bad. Yeah. Let me go. Oh, baby. We've done it. That's the first hard part. Ideally, let's do one of these. I don't care about saving Big Hat Logan. Uh, so, now, presently within the tube, And here's where it gets fun. The machine turns on, and it's perhaps the loudest thing ever. The music presently playing in my ears via the headphones, which were honestly pretty loud, could not even hear that. Let me go. Please. Have mercy. No mercy. Not sensing any mercy. I'm gonna pause the story a second, please. Nope. Let me go. He's done it. He's done it. Okay. I think there's a bonfire up ahead soon. If I remember it. Very important. Right there, I think. Huge. Okay. Yeah, the machine, incredibly loud. And throughout the entire time I'm inside of it, it doesn't get any better. The sounds keep changing. It's never the same sound. But it was the same amount of loudness. Do I want to go that way? I don't think I need to, honestly. The shop dude, I don't think I need him. I don't need the shortcut desperately. Actually, I should probably get the shortcut. Come on, come on. Nope. We're fine. Barely. Is this straight sword bad? I can't tell. Hold on. No, I think we're just like very behind to be in Sense Fortress right now. So that's why I really want to get the shortcut, because I will probably have to return here after leveling up. MRI machine, super loud. Inside the tube, most of it looks the same, and because I guess it's probably because this is a spinal MRI, the machine just keeps moving around within the tube. Just to, I guess, to scan the entire spine. Expensive. How many does it take to from +5 to +10? It's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, right? So that's 2, 6, 9. A lot. How many souls do I have on me? Soul of Quailag? Sure. By 2? Is this overpriced? I don't remember how much the other dudes Andre sells it for. What else do you sell? Nothing important. Let's move on for now. So, after spending a little bit of time in the scan machine, which I don't really know how much time, because there's no way to tell the time in there. I just like immediately an assault on every part, all five senses. Like, first of all, sound, my ears, was just in pain. I could not even hear the music. It was just like a very faint presence, only in my left ear. It did not play loud enough in the right ear. So I could like barely hear the song in my left ear. It was not even coherent enough to enjoy it. But if I knew the lyrics, which I almost never did, maybe. Eyes. It was it felt like a sensory deprivation tank, but also torture, you know? Like that is a form of torture, but I'm talking like they I could basically not see anything, but because the machine kept like sliding you around within the tube to different parts, it felt like I was moving sometimes because every part of it looked the same, but sometimes I couldn't tell if I was being like moved. It always felt like I was moving slightly, and so I like imagined with my eyes that I was moving. Cool. You guys bleed? Probably, honest. He does. This is not a lot of damage. Probably gonna rage again. Assault on taste, I guess, because since I'm laying down facing up permanently, ah, since I'm permanently facing up, saliva just kind of like built up, and as it built up, it was like incredibly hard to swallow, and I can't move, but you know, swallowing was like some movement to the head, and I was like, oh no, if snoring's bad, then this is probably too much. So I tried not to, but this is it felt like I was choking. He's dead. There he is. Ooh. Go buy a little more Titanite and probably rest. So, you know, more torture. Felt like I was choking sometimes. It was like, it happened like at least 3 times, maybe 4. Unpleasant. What else? Other sense. How many other senses are there? Aside from eyes, ears, mouth. Touch. Can't move. I, I could not move at all. And near the end, it was most painful because my legs were like in a certain way that it like I couldn't move them, but they were in incredible pain. And I knew it was near the end, so I just sucked it up. but it did not feel good. But just in general, I could not move my hands or anything. Got to use the Firekeeper Soul. I do need that many. I'll buy a couple of these. Just drop me. What's the other sense? The fifth sense? I feel like a fool for drawing a blank. Smell. I guess that's fine. It was nothing but air. But I suppose I could bring up the fact that I could only have shallow breaths, no deep breaths. I had to control my breathing at all times. So there you go. It's all five senses. You're just constantly being harassed. Wonderful. Um, you know, not a fun experience. I didn't expect it to be, but when I went to the doctors a couple weeks ago, they were like, "Hey, just to be certain that you're okay, you should do one of these, and also it would benefit you in the long run if you did one of these anyway." What is this? I don't think I've been here. What's the point of this? Beats me. You could drop down? No, not really. Unless you are a madman and jump. Okay, whatever. I should probably kill the other giant somewhere around here. For a chunk. I'll look for him. He rings, or he raises the gate. Okay, let's go. Now, how long was I in the tube? Here's the thing. I assumed compliance and taking shallow breaths would guarantee. I assumed that it would guarantee it being as short as possible, especially because of how much the doctor stressed to comply. Like a help me help you situation, he was very clear. How much damage is it? It's better, I think. Ah, eat. 12 versus. Uh-oh. 24, but half the swing time. I'll keep the daggers, I guess. Maybe he bleeds, but I doubt it. I deserve that. I'm not gonna live through this. I first tried this boss last time, but I was probably more prepared. So, how long was I in there? I swear that I complied through every step except near the end where I had moved a lot because I just could not bear it. Go on, backstep again, idiot. Can he fall? Something tells me he can't. Because Dark Souls is usually good at that. Except a couple times in Dark Souls 2. We don't talk about that game. cool. I'm gonna go level up, you know? Do I have a homeward bound? Would be nice. On second thought, do I really want to use the last one? Is there like an escape? Can I just drop down and leave? Is that cool, bro? You know what? I'll see you later. Oh, son of a. I don't think I'm getting out of this one. Alright, thanks. It's not a lot of damage. I'll see what where I can get a halberd. I might have one. Anyway, to put a cap on the story. I can assure you that I complied through every step, and I only like spaced out twice throughout the entire sitting, just laying, and what I assumed was like an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes, because I did what I was told, and I assumed that would have resulted in a short time. It was over 2 hours. Just slightly over 2 hours. But it was as long as it could have been. So just, screw me, I guess. I genuinely did not have any understanding of the time. And results are in like 2 weeks from now. Probably fine. I don't have any souls. I don't have any souls. I do have this one. Do I have a halberd? It seems just better. Maybe it's going to take... Or that. I forgot I don't have any strength at all. It's probably very important. Both 16. Yikes. And let's double check. Reinforce. It only takes Titanite. So I'll probably use the Gargoyle's Halberd instead. Great. Jeez. Okay. That's not good. Where can I get souls? I need a lot of them. Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up. Because I need 6 strength. Uh-oh. You know? Uh-oh. Yeah, yikes. I guess we're gonna fight another boss with a dagger. The other alternatives, I'm trying to remember. I don't have a scythe, do I? Because if I have a scythe or a whip, I think, I can ascend those instead. As it seems right now, I'm screwed. Yikes. Okay. Whatever. Forget about it. Forget about it. if it gets bad, you know, we could fight Moonlight Butterfly, the great butterfly of the light. It's a long walk, but whatever. If we fail this again, then I will do that. This is basically the end of my MRI story, though. Would I do it again? Not until the technology improves. It is the loudest machinery ever. Well, I'm gonna kill around a little. I'm gonna kill around a little. Other than that, you know, pretty average living. Oh, you know what? Finish Dark Souls 2. It's done. And by that, it's more like it won't be done. We've reached the end of it, as in all the bosses that are missing will not be done. My friend, Lucky, who was playing alongside of me, he was like, hey, reaching Dark Lurk is gonna take like 30 minutes. It's a lot of work to reach him, and it's not a good boss. I told him that part. Meanwhile, his only other boss that's missing is the King's Pets, which is a duo fight of the tiger, I think. Just a copy paste. All the optional bosses in the DLC are super hard to reach and copy pasted. Come here, idiot. Not yet though. I gotta heal, bro. Go get away. Get away. I gave him my back. That's real fortunate. Come on, turn around. Easy enough. Nope. The bow. Cardo's sword. It's probably bring a sacrifice up here and a shield, right? Right? Memory. Oh, sort of. I think that makes you keep your humanity. I think we've just barely got one level in. We can. Where's the giant? 'Cause we could probably kill him. I don't know. Maybe it's requiring the boulder. I don't want to go back there. I think it does need the boulder. Ew. Okay. As for me, I skipped a handful of bosses that I genuinely think are all pretty bad, or the level design before them is pretty bad. Sir Alon is, or Alone, whoever you want to call him, he's okay, but the walk to him is like a minute and a half, and you're guaranteed to either die or you waste at least one Estus, and then the fight could be incredibly short. This is a bad match for me because let's go this way. It's a bad match for me because he's got a lot of range and I have Castus. I skipped Evendrick for very good reason. It's maybe the worst boss in Souls history. Foolish. Come here. You're so wide. Oh my god. I just... You're wasting my time. There we go. Come on. Oh my missed. Oh my no health. That was worth it. Yep. Probably everything. I will go back. Level up once. This way, yeah. I don't know a good way to get souls. All of these dudes give like a couple, but they're also tanky. There's loot down there. I could consider that, especially I think there's Demon Titanite, which we need. Oh lord. Let's get one out. Can't backstab, huh? Get him. I don't think we're gonna get the boss in this one. It will probably carry on to the next one. But we're quite close to the Lord Vessel. That's just exciting. I am afraid. We have to go get... Oh, see? Yikes. We got Nito, the worst. Chaos of the bed. Just the worst walk. Nito's a bad walk. It's mostly because it's dark. I think I remember most of the path. I don't know where the Skull Lantern is though. I could max this out. But to be honest, I gotta, if I want the scythe, I gotta plus 10 this no matter what. Wait, I should level up. I forgot about that part. Level up once. Strength. It's just short distance away. Don't worry about it. Not like the dagger scales with any strength at all, so it doesn't even benefit us. I think the best play is actually to plus 10 this and then get enough to plus 10 the halberd after. Until then I will just wait on it so we get enough supplies just lying around. It'll work out. We could also actually... I need the very large ember, never mind. We're fine like this. For now, we're fine. Let's give it one try, and then I will end it off, no matter what. Four Kings is probably the easiest, but maybe bad also. Ouch. It may also be a very bad fight if we don't just kill them instantaneously, which is what I did with my last run, because it was an incredible greatsword. But this is a dagger. I may prioritize Priscilla, but to be honest, I really hate the gimmick with Priscilla, where it's a one-way trip every time. I don't know if you can re-enter it and fight her later, but if I have to walk all the way over there and then they're like, hey, you actually don't deal any damage to Priscilla, come back later, I'm gonna be mad. Howdy. What? Unbelievable. I think a +3 would help a lot right now. If only I used it. I'm just gonna wait until I get to Anne Orlando. Most sensical. Eee. Okay. Just gotta keep dodging between the legs instead of just anywhere else, I guess. That's painful. Well, I was gonna have to do it, you know. Wow. Seems like a great straight sword. But I don't have any Twinkling Titanite, so it's not gonna carry me very far. We'll get him next time. It could take a while. I could need to farm somehow. We'll see. Maybe I'll loot around Sense Fortress and gather souls. And note, uh, be aware what you're going into with an MRI scan. It's probably like necessary, but it wasn't pleasant. It was not pleasant. I my legs really hurt, but I had to get off the bed afterwards. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.